Welcome to Reseller News. My name is Rjpasini. Today is June 29th, 2018. I just want to start today with an opening monologue, if you want to call it that. I've been getting some traction on a lot of my YouTube videos when it comes to sales, what's going on with eBay glitches. Now, for those who follow me on this channel, you know I do offer, well, I did come up with the His Initiative, and for those who don't know what the His Initiative is, it's to help, inspire, and share. And that's what this channel is all about, folks. It is to help, inspire, and share. Although lately, people that have been following me on this channel may seem like I'm making a lot of negative and derogative remarks about what's going on with eBay, and that's not the case. So I just wanted to clarify that with you guys right now, for those who do follow me on this channel. And for those who are new subscribers to this channel, thank you very much. Your subscription, by you subscribing I should say, helps me and motivates me to keep making better videos and put out good content. So I hope you'll share, like, and comment, and you will let other people know about what my channel is all about. This is a clean content channel, which means there is no discussion of religion or politics or profanity or any crazy talk on this channel whatsoever. So I just wanted to get that open out there, I should say. In regards to a comment that was left on one of my videos, it was in question about the no views, and this person was, questioning, will it ever get fixed, or it won't get fixed with the no views situation. As you know, for those who have been following me for these past week or so, eBay's been having a lot of glitches. The no views glitch has been going on for quite some time now. I think I even mentioned in a lot of my other videos it's been going on. It dates back to 2013 from when I read off the eBay community. Then there was the other one with the photos, causing major glitches within the photos. I have a website up. We're going to go over that and shortly. And I also want to talk the latest things I've been hearing. And these, I get Google updates, Google alerts when it comes to eBay, Amazon, and Etsy, and so forth. Today, I just want to discuss a little about what's going on eBay. I am concerned because I am right now a full-time seller on eBay. And as many of you are out there that do sell on eBay, sellers and buyers, because the buyers are also sellers as well. You may be concerned and you want to check out this video if you got the time. I would encourage you to just hear me out, what I have to say about it. I'm not making this video in any way, size, shape, or form to bash or make any derogative statements with eBay, but I am concerned about its future and my future on here. As many other sellers should be as well, especially if you're doing this as a source of income, your only source of income. The person is asked, eBay will never fix this, but it will never get fixed. My response to that person is, I really don't know what is actually going on with eBay as far as with the no view thing, with the counters not being updated. I don't know why they have to update the counters all the time. This has been going on now for 6 years, from what I read on the eBay community chat board. And it is a problem. And as I stated once before, I've called eBay up numerous times in regards to why is this happening and does it affect our sales with this glitch going on. I got two different responses from two different eBay teammates. One was, no, your items are still searchable in search. And the other one was, yes, but this does affect sales. Now, you may say, well, can you take either or's word for it? I don't know. I don't work for eBay. Okay? I don't understand their algorithm. I understand they're rolling out new changes and updates. Some things may impose or impact their programming within the IT infrastructure. I don't know. But whatever it is, I do believe it does have some adverse effect on sales. I'm not a computer technologist, that knows all about this stuff, what's going on, but I can tell you this much. I've been long enough, and I've been around in the IT field to know that when there are software or hardware integration changes coming up, it can impact, other areas within the IT infrastructure. Now, is that what's happening here? I don't know. Again, this is all hearsay. The information I get is from websites. Okay? I've been reading on downdetector.com for those who do want to keep abreast of what's going on. Some people may say, well, I don't know anything about Down Detector. How do I know if it's viable? Folks, my only take on that, as I said it before, is these are people like you and I posting their problems. Now, I cannot see any reason why somebody, even if you hated eBay, to get on there and start posting things that are fake or not true. That would be ludicrous. You would be doing a disservice to you and to the people on that community chat board. So if you were to ask me, do you believe what you read on that? Yes, I do. I myself had made a response on that same website. So yes, it does bother me and it does concern me, and I do believe what is written on that there, because these are people that are seasoned sellers, and I use that word seasoned, meaning that they've been on eBay for 15, 20 years and so forth, maybe past that, well, depending, you can't go past that, but they've been on there for a long time. So my take is, in regards to fixing the glitch, the person's like, it'll never be fixed. Who knows? It may be. There's a lot of things they're rolling out into their, the IT infrastructure, their programming, whatever. They're trying to make all these new changes and updates. And again, my take is, in regards to eBay, when they're doing these things. Now, it may be in the eBay community chat board. They may put this in here. Maybe yes, maybe no. I don't know. But what they should do is like we did when I was in the IT field. I was a mainframe for a number of years. Whenever we did software or hardware integration or updates, we would send out a broadcast message to all the thousands and thousands of users, to software developers and software engineers, and the programmers who write the coding for this here, giving them a heads up that there's going to be a rollout or an update in programming or software, whatever we're doing, a software or hardware upgrade, to please store your program on T-disk, which is temporary disk space, because at a certain time, we always use military time, at 1900 hours or whatever, the system will be coming down, and we're going to bring the system down, and if you don't abide by that time span, you're going to lose your data. It's plain and simple. Now, we didn't have 25 million sellers, active sellers on eBay. Could be 25 million plus, because that was, I think, back in 2016. That's when they came out with that figure. We didn't have that many, but eBay can send a broadcast message out. If they want to really rectify this situation and make things better, what they should do is either put on the eBay community chat board or send a broadcast. But now, not everybody's going to go to that chat board. And the only reason why I ended up with that, folks, on that chat board is because I had an issue with the no views. And I simply went to Google and I typed in the Google search engine, my listings are getting no views on eBay, and that's what led me to the eBay community, or else I would have never known about it. I mean, I know there's an eBay community chat board, but I never really look at it. Who looks at it? Do you? Do you look at the eBay community chat board? Do you go on a daily basis and look at it? Maybe we should. Maybe that's where they're going to put the upgrades, the updates for all this stuff here. Maybe there is a part on eBay that they do have a thing where they're talking about, I know they have a thing where they're going to tell you what's coming, the new changes that are coming, but what about the cause and effects of these changes? Why not give the buyers and sellers a little heads up and say, hey, listen, we're rolling out these new programs. It could cause intermittent sales. You may not, you may have slow days where we might not be getting no sales at all. Our system be coming down because it's updating or whatever. They're doing archive. They're archiving out all information and bringing new stuff in. It may cause problems. They should do something like that just to give us a heads up so we know what's going on. And to do the right thing, what they should do, and this is my personal take on it, because the service is very inadequate right now for this month of June, my personal take, I don't know if it's going to happen. They should waive the listing fees for the month of June. Okay, now you might say, yeah, like that's going to happen. Right. I'm just saying, if they want to do the right thing, they want to be a stand-up company, that's what they should do. I know it would be a great loss to them, but they should do that. That would be a good thing to do. Whether that happens or not, that's totally up to them. I don't run the company. I'm not here making these videos to bash the company in any way, to put them down. And the reason why I can say that wholeheartedly is I've been an eBay seller since July of 1999. If I had any discrepancies or any problems with eBay, I would have been off this website a long time ago. So from July of 1999 to the present, I am still an active eBay seller. I don't have a lot of feedbacks for the simple reason is, one, I didn't use eBay back then, when it came out in the 90s. I had other obligations. 2 small kids, wife and house to take care of. eBay wasn't a thought in my mind. Okay, who thinks about eBay? I sold a few things and that was it. I was in the IT business, and it's a very stressful job. And when you come home from work, the last thing you want to do is sit there thinking about what you're going to sell on eBay. Okay, I'm not saying in a derogative way or demeaning way. People say, "Oh, this guy sounds like he can't stand you." No, I'm not saying that. I just didn't have the time to devote to eBay. That's why I don't have such a high feedback score. You say, well, from 1999 to the present, you should have, I don't know, thousands and thousands and thousands of feedbacks. Can't have thousands and thousands of feedbacks if you're not selling on it. All I'm saying, folks, is that what's going on with eBay right now is a problem. I feel bad for the company. What I'm about to show you in this next website, I'm going to bump out of here and show you, it's kind of alarming. And to some point, you say, well, what I'm going to show you is nothing. You probably say, oh, that's no big thing. That's been going on right along, with all companies. You decide for yourself. But after watching and looking at those websites, my take on it. Remember that clip where I told you from the Pirates of Silicon Valley? For those who don't know, I'm going to play it again. Here it is.
Their history. I mean, they're 1950s. They're ice America. They're a bloated enemy in a crumbling castle. And we're still in it. I know.
Now let's get to the website I'm talking about. To me, it's kind of like breaking news. Because I just picked it off of Google Alerts today. Let's get to it. I'm going to bump out of this screen, and we're going to go over here. We're not going to do this just yet. We're going to go to this one here. Now, if you look at the date over here, folks, this here came off of OregonLive.com. Look at the date. The reason, and let me explain something why I got your attention here. I do not read everything verbatim on the websites. So when you watch the Reseller News, I will tell you the websites, where I get the information from, and it's up to you if you want to follow through with it and read it. I do not read verbatim, or else I'll be tongue-tied, and not only that, we'll be here a lot longer than expected. Okay, so this came out on the Oregon. We're not going to do this just yet. We're going to go to this one here. Now, if you look at the date over here, folks, this here came off of OregonLive.com. Look at the date. The reason, and let me explain something why I got your attention here. I do not read everything verbatim on the websites. So when you watch the Reseller News, I will tell you the websites, where I get the information from, and it's up to you if you want to follow through with it and read it. I do not read verbatim, or else I'll be tongue-tied, and not only that, we'll be here a lot longer than expected. Okay, so this came out on the Oregon, and you can check it out here. Here's the URL, OregonLive.com. Okay, your story you're looking for is eBay layoffs hit Portland office. Updated June 28, 12:10 a.m. Posted June 28, 12:10 a.m. Okay, this is what it says. All right, I will read part of it, some of it, but I'm not going to read the whole thing because, like I said again, it'll take too long. It says over here, let me just get back over here. Online marketplace eBay laid off an unspecified number of employees Wednesday, including workers in its downtown Portland office. The company confirmed the cuts in an email to the Oregon Live Wednesday night. We are sharpening our focus on priority initiatives, aligning our workforce with these initiatives and reducing global workforce by a low single-digit percentage, said Penny Bruce, eBay's director of corporate communication. The company employed 14,100 around the world at the end of 2017. A 4% cut would eliminate 560 jobs worldwide. In Portland, eBay's mobile development team occupies multiple floors of the building at its south end of the downtown Portland State University. The company declined to say how many eBay Portland workers lost their jobs Wednesday. In 2017, eBay reported revenues of $9.6 billion, up from $9.0 billion the prior year. The company lost lost $1 billion compared to the profit of $7.3 billion in 2016. Now you could view the comments here. Sometimes I like to read the comments, but you got to sign in some cases to join the comments if you want to respond to them. It said, have you seen the prices on eBay lately? No good deals anymore. eBay gets special tax breaks from the city and county. They get regardless of performance and have no liability. It is if they simply up and move otherwise reduce their staff counts. They increase the burden of infrastructure and provide nothing in return. Folks, I'm not going to go in there and read this here. This person over here, I'm not going to read it because, like I said again, I'll be in there. But you could click over here when you're on that website. You could click the view comments, okay, and you could read it. All right, I'm not going to get into that there right now. Again, this is the OregonLive.com. You can read it. It was posted yesterday, June 28th. All right. Now, with that in mind, let's go to another one. Yes, this came out yesterday. Not yesterday. This came out on, I believe, well, it's June 20. I'm looking at the date here, folks, so bear with me. It says June 28th, June 27, 2018. I don't know if this is the person wrote or this is different, or dealing with another company. But here it says over here. I got this from Google Alerts, folks. Oh, in case you're wondering, it's the website is en.globes.co.il. If you can't find it, just do a Google search. eBay Israel plans layoffs. Again, cuts among the 330 employees at Netanyahu Development Center will be part of eBay's worldwide streamlining. eBay Israel is set to lay off employees as part of the worldwide streamlining reorganization plan. Sources inform Globes. eBay Israel has 330 employees at its development center in Netanyahu, whatever. The source told Globes that the extent of the layoffs worldwide is not yet known. eBay Israel sent a response as our company with implementing ongoing evaluations and business initiatives and investments in order to continue to lead the company to a long-term success. The planned layoffs will be the second shockwave to hit eBay Israel recently after the departure of eBay Israel general manager, the person's name, Yuval Matalon. After 10 years with the company, he will be replaced by Modi Eli, who joined eBay's Israel Development Center in 2016 as a software development manager. Okay. It is what it is, folks. It is what it is. I'm not going to, ponder on this here. I'm just sharing this information with you guys. Your takeaway from it, whatever you feel, is up to you. Let's jump over to this one. E-commerce. I love this website, ecommercebytes.com. This one here was published Wednesday, June 27th, 2018. eBay layoffs workers and global reorganization. Again, The reason why I tell these folks, I put this stuff out there and I tell you the website, because if I was to just throw this stuff out there, you'd say this guy is making stories up, and that is one reason why I always tell people the websites and where I'm getting the information from. Okay, I am not going to go out there and spew information about a company or anything for that matter in regards to just to make a video. That's not what this channel is all about. But anyway, let's get back to this. eBay laid off employees today. According to Bloomberg, eBay told its layoffs impacted a single-digit percentage to 14,100 employees, which could be up to 1,269 people, 9% of 14,100. Why not just release the number? Okay. eBay told Bloomberg it's sharpening its focus on priority initiatives and aligning the workforce to match them. Now we're going back again. Israel news source Globes has reported rumors of pending layoffs yesterday, pegging the number of employees and so on and so forth. We already got that there. One anonymous post, the layoff said it was part of the global streamlining and valuable restructure for the benefit of the future. Anonymous posters reported by eBay layoffs in Portland and San Francisco. Just seeing the post from the people on Slack that layoffs are happening in Portland, wrote one. One of us wrote one. Two posters said that eBay also handed out promotions today, which they deemed insensitive in light of the layoffs. Well, I'll tell you one thing, not for nothing, but if you're going to have layoffs, I don't know about incentives, whatever. I'm not going to get on that there. You could read the rest of this story. Again, it's off of ecommercebytes.com. Let me have your take on it. If you want to leave a comment on there, let me know. If you want to share with the rest of us, if you don't, that's fine. You could always read the comments if you go down below. I like to read those sometimes. I like to read what these people say. Here's one really quick. We all need to lay eBay off. I must be crazy. The majority, a large number of employees in the U.S. are looking to hire. The reported nationwide unemployment rate is the lowest in decades, and eBay's laying 9% of its workforce. That strikes me as odd, yet at the same time, very telling. Again, layoffs. Now here's a person saying basically what I'm talking about. Layoffs, stock tanking, endless glitches, delusional CEO, and now the priority initiatives. Obviously, problem solving is not one of those initiatives. And it goes on. You could read the rest of these. You'll probably find them very amusing. Not in a bad way. You'll just find out what other people have to say about it. And again, I got this information off of e-commerce bytes, folks. Okay, let's bump this one out. Let's bump this one. This came out June 26th. Sorry about the dates, a little old. You know, dates are older, but old news sometimes can be good news. For those who don't follow e-commerce bytes, you might want to check this website out going forward. I'm sorry I can't get to it all the time. I like to make it a daily posting, but I don't have the time all the time, so sometimes you might get stuff that might be backtracked days behind. I'm sorry, I do apologize. This one again off ecommercebytes.com. Sellers can no longer block an eBay buyers without PayPal. I didn't know about this. eBay no longer allows sellers to block buyers who don't have a PayPal account using the buyer requirements feature that is designed to help sellers reduce their exposure to buyers who might make transactions more difficult or expensive. A seller posted on eBay boards that they noticed the change along with some of other missing buyer blocking functionalities. eBay allows sellers to block buyers either by user ID or those matching certain criteria. After a seller asked eBay about the changes they were seeing, the seller posted a copy of the response they received. It says, "This shows what we got removed and changed. We removed the option of blocking buyers who don't have a linked PayPal account. Buyers increasingly want to use other payment options that are also safe. Limiting payments to only linked PayPal accounts negatively impacts on opportunities for sales." And you can read the rest of this here, folks. I'm not going to get into it right now. I like to also, if you get a chance, check on the side over here. I don't know if you can see my mouse cursor. Check these here, the recent comments. They call it FeeBay. The new penalty fees create conflict of interest. You can read these stories. Really good. If I have to honestly say, I love this website. This has got to be one of my favorite ones because it's to me, I think it's very informative, and it does give me a little insight as an eBay seller as to what's really going on. You know, people say, well, where's the information? How do they obtain information? I don't know. They probably have people working close with I don't know. I really can't say. I'm not going to speculate. Okay, I'm not going to do that. I don't know as far as that. All I know is where I get my information from, and I get it from, and I feel that e-commerce bytes is a viable site for good information. So You might want to check that out. I like to read this myself over here, create this one here in particular, Feebay they call it. I like to read what that's all about, so I will check it out, not now while I'm doing the reseller news, but another time. It says over here's another one, same website again. I'm not going to keep repeating it over and over. Why do sellers allow eBay to dictate to them? Now, I talked about this in one of my YouTube videos. A person was talking about, about eBay and, about how they run the business like that. I read this, and again, this is not me saying it. I read it from somebody else. I don't remember where. It was on a blog site, but like one person said, we are like subcontractors for eBay. And the reason why I say that is because in order to maintain that top-rated seller status, which people may agree to disagree, you got to abide by rules and requirements. And the bottom line is, if you don't like it, you could always go to another website, right? But I do believe that eBay, well, it is their website, and they do call the shots. Either abide or get off, plain and simple. There's other websites out there you could try, doing business with if you don't like the way they operate. But it says over here, dear Ina, over the years I have come to e-commerce bites, read other blogs and threads, talked about eBay, talked to eBay sellers and buyers, and I am constantly told by friends and family how eBay has become a nightmare and is minefield to do business on. eBay owes nothing, no inventory, no shipping method, not much of anything but so-called venue. Yet, they dictate and micromanage every aspect of sales. They act as if it's their merchandise, time, packing, shipping, money at stake. My question is, why do people put up with it? There are other sites out there to sell on that don't make you jump through endless hoops. If people would dump eBay, what could eBay do? They would dry up, and that's what the 800-pound gorilla would be turned into. An anorexic, whatever, chimp in no time, if sellers would abandon the bully eBay has become. And this is the person that writes it. Again, you could read it. You could read the comments. Just go on there, check it out. I'm not going to read the whole thing because, like I said again, we'll be here all day. And the one you're looking for, the story, was posted on June 26th. Why do sellers allow eBay to dictate them? Let's bump out of this. eBay loses product photos in major glitch. Dear Ina, same website by the way, folks. Dear Ina, I discovered late Saturday night. This is for June 23rd. I apologize for the date. That's posted late. I'm making a video late. June 23rd, I had a mysterious new selling reminder. It said I needed to meet the photo recommendations for 12 items. Imagine the horror when I clicked on it and discovered that all my pictures, which I had so painstakingly made, were gone. All that was left was one gallery picture per listing, and that was it. On one of the 12 listings, there was no picture at all in the listing, none. And the person goes on to tell you that they sell vintage items and good to cancel and so forth. You could read that one there. Okay, again, you could check it out, e-commerce bites. Bumping out, and then we're gonna hit the last one here. And then I'm just gonna close out the segment. This one over here, eBay seller update changes are imminent. eBay issued a reminder of imminent changes, including new seller benchmarks, fee changes. Among the changes, eBay is requiring sellers to enter the zip code for an item shipping location. It will institute a new automated returns protocol. eBay is also discouraging sellers from listing a single item in multiple categories with the new fee policy. This story came out June 25th, just to let you know. Of this month here, June 25th, 2018. This is eBay announcement follows. In June 2018 Summer Seller Update, we announced new changes to the eBay marketplace that will go into effect later this summer. We also recently notified sellers that the change in its final value fees that was scheduled for May 1st, 2018 have been rescheduled. Beginning July 1st, 2018, when you list an item in two or more categories, and there is a difference, the final value fees between the categories, the highest final value fee will apply when your item sells. List your items in one best fit category rather than multiple categories to ensure that most accurate and helpful search results show up in the buyer's searches. Okay? Let me bump out of here. And I just want to share my take on a lot of this stuff. First off, folks, eBay, it's a win situation for them. And the reason why I say that is because everything they have on their website when it comes to those little, little niches, things there, things to help boost sales, so to speak. If you add a bold listing, they charge you for that. If you add a secondary category, they charge you for that. Promoted listings, they say you when your item sells, there's a charge for that. And along with all the final fees and insertion fees, it's nothing but, that's why that person wrote there, feedback. It is a lot of fees. And I think what's happening here, folks, and this is my personal take on it. This is my closing on this take with this what's going on with eBay. So I would like to try to keep it short as possible. But my take on what's going on here, what I'm reading, about the layoffs. Now, a lot of people may say, listen, just because eBay's having layoffs in Israel and Portland and San Francisco, whatever, that doesn't mean this is the end of eBay. I never said it did. I'm not saying it's going to be the end of eBay. But I tell you the truth, I think as time goes on, we didn't get the online tax thing going full swing yet. I don't know if that's going to come into play sometime in 2019. If it's going to come out in the next couple of months, I don't know. As I said in my other videos, folks, it's going to be a nightmare when you have to gather up all that different paperwork for different locations, jurisdictions and states. It's going to be a nightmare. Let's face the facts. Unless they could streamline it to make it simplified for the small-time selling. I know they had something where they said that would, I don't know if they had like guidelines to it, like that applies if you're making over, I think, 100,000 or something like that, and that's in those states, and you do, I think, 200 transactions. First off, with the way eBay's going, anybody's lucky to make any money to pay their bills. Okay, I'm not saying this to be funny, folks. I'm being serious. I know a lot of people may say, "Oh, here he goes, going on a rant." No, I'm not going on a rant. I'm just saying that if I would only wish to see $100,000 and say make $100,000 for a year on eBay, I don't see it happening. I got another feedback comment on one of my videos, and somebody had stated that they do this full time and they've seen a drop in sales by 70%. And they're not people ain't making the money they used to. And we got into the topic of talking about promoted listings. And like I said to that person, if everybody is selling the same item and you have thousands and thousands of listings and they put you in promoted listings, where are you going to stack up on that? It's not like you're going to be on top of the totem pole where everyone's going to see your listing. If there's thousands of things in there, this is why I have to, I disagree with the way eBay does things. I mean, think about it. Even on eBay Radio, they'll talk about, use promoted listings and this and that. They give you all their, their critique your listings, and they'll tell you what you should do, what you should put in there to help boost sales. Folks, I'm not saying this as a pessimist. I don't mean to sound like this, but I have to honestly say, competition is getting very high on eBay and all these selling platforms. As I stated earlier in my other videos, and you could do a Google search yourself. That's why I posted up there. I get the information. This is not censored or doctored, redacted up documents or redacted. The information I put out there is stuff I get off of websites. There's 25 million active sellers on there. That's a lot of sellers. To me, it's a lot. Okay, it's not 25,000. It's 25 million. You're going to have a lot of opposition. You're going to have a lot of competition too. Everybody who's on eBay wants to make that big killing. They want to make that sale. But it just seems to me, as I stated in my comment to that person who left it, it just seems to me that it's getting worse by the days. This has got to be, you might say, well, how long you been selling on eBay? Oh, a year and a half? Well, yeah, but I've been doing a lot of research. I've been reading a lot of hitting different blog sites, even on the eBay community chat board. People are complaining, folks. They're waking up to these things here. I don't know if it's some of my YouTube videos that are making people aware. I think a lot of people are just becoming aware because they're hearing all the news, the negativity. Look, eBay is a great selling platform. No doubt about it. But with all the changes that they're rolling out, one counteracts the other thing. You know, you can't have whenever you're doing something like that, there's always a cause and effect. What's that saying? For every action is an opposite reaction. You know, sometimes simple is better. I mean, I know people say, yeah, but you know, eBay wants to do this here to make things a better seller, better seller experience, a better buy experience. If it worked in the past, what's the big deal? Why change it? You know, why do you got to implement changes? That's my take on it. You know, it's an old saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. If it's working, leave it. And as I also said in that comment, that Amazon doesn't have to move a finger. Amazon will win over eBay sellers just by having a more stable website and you know, hopefully being glitch free, whatever. You know what I'm saying? People will just automatically, they don't have to do anything. But people just have to say, like myself, you get fed up, I'm out of here. I close my eBay account. And I read that on some blogs where there are people closing up their account and they go into other different sites. Some go into Amazon, trying Bonanza. There's different ones at the Mercari, eBid, but they're going to other platforms. Another person left a comment saying, "Well, you got to be diversified. You got to diversify, my friend." That's what they tell me. You got to go to different websites, you know, different selling platforms. You know, you got to go to Mercari, Bonanza, this one, eBay, whatever, so on and so forth, Poshmark, and you hear all these websites. And you know what happens? You know what happens with that, right? We're all going to do the same thing. And we're all going to experience the same amount of competition. Now, people say, so what do we do then? Everybody wants to be in this big club. It's a great big club. I love it. But at the same time, if I'm not making no money off it, why be in it? You know, it's not like lotto. You got to be in it to win it, right? But if you're in this big club and you're not making any resolution, you're not making any sales and stuff like that, what good is it? That's the problem. And it's not gonna. I don't see anything happening. I just went on before. I check it every day, just about every other hour, to see what the story is with eBay as far as like, you know, is the glitch fixed? Yesterday I was looking at it last night before I turned the computer off around maybe 12:30. Some of my listens had views, some of them had zeros, or the dashes. It's getting to be like a played out story, like a played out song. You know, it's like a broken record. You know, look, I understand that if they're having global issues, I understand. Their data infrastructure, their data center, that whatever they have that place set up, it must be massive. Just like Google. I could just imagine all the DASDs in there and all the what do you call it there, robotics that they have in there. You know, how they have their data center must be phenomenal. I'm talking about Google. We had a big data center too, and we had the robotics in there. We had silos. They call them silos. And what they do is you take the 3480 cartridges in there, just to give you a little insight on it. And this machine was a robotic. Now, did that machine take jobs away? Thank God the company I worked for, they didn't have layoffs at that time. When they put because those silos are expensive. They call them silos. They're expensive. And what they are, there's a robotic arm that moves around and it picks these cartridges up, maybe about yay big. It looks like it's almost like a cassette cartridge. Remember the cassettes? It's almost like a cassette. And the VHS, the cartridges, the 8-tracks, the 8-tracks. It reminds you of the 8-tracks. I'm so bad. And it looked about that size. And what you have, the silos would have shelves in there, and it would have maybe, I think each silo held I think either 5,000 or 10,000 cartridges. And as mainframe operators, we had to go in there, and it's kind of scary because when you go in there, you got to make sure there's somebody outside of the silo, because when that robotic arm swings around, it goes so fast it could probably kill you, maybe even decapitate you, whatever. But all I know is we always had somebody out there to stand there to make sure nobody hits that button, because once they activate that thing swings around, it could be very dangerous. And anyway, this robotic arm would pick and pull the cartridge up whatever it needed. You know, so you're probably wondering, okay, what's that all about? I'm just trying to share a little information with you, but you know, the point I'm getting across is with eBay's data center or whatever they have there, it must be a very complex one. And yes, when we had problems at times, we used to worry about storms, electrical storms. That was our biggest fear. But we also had generators, diesel generators, that as soon as we took the computer took a spike, they would kick on. They call it nanoseconds. You know, they got picoseconds, milliseconds, and nanoseconds. This would kick on like that, the blink of an eye. You had to have that because we had a massive data structure, we had a data center, and we supported people worldwide in our company, that is. So, I mean, I'm just trying to bring that point out that, you know, with eBay, maybe the glitches also have to be with the hardware too. It could be maybe hardware causing these problems. We worried about it, like I said, if something like that happened, where we took a lightning spike or something like that, it caused something to maybe get damaged or whatever. These could cause glitches too. These could cause problems within the infrastructure. You know, I'm just saying, I can't say for them, but that's what we used to worry about. Now, it sounds like I'm coming to defend eBay. I'm just trying to enlighten people that, you know, we have to somewhat be patient. If we can't, and people, even myself, feel that it's not going anywhere anytime soon, then we have to make adjustments. Those adjustments may be, it's time to bail the sale, or hang in there and hope for the best. It's 12:41 over here. I didn't realize the time, folks. I'm in the East Coast, New York time here, and no sales. But you know, reading those things with the layoffs and everything that's going on, it's no wonder. It really is. And I feel bad because I'll tell you why I feel bad. There are other sellers out there that are eBay diehards, and they're sharing all the information on what to do to try to increase sales. But you know, folks, and I'm not saying this in a bad way, kudos to those who do share information and try to help out. The bottom line, folks, is this: no matter what we do, what good advice we give to each other, if the system's broke, it ain't working. And I feel bad because there are a lot of people out there putting information out there that you know, they deem to be viable information and it's helpful. But at the same time, folks, if you got a broken system, it's not going to work. You know, it's like driving a beautiful car and there's no gas in it to make it go. It's just not working. It's not working right now. I'm able to do this reseller news because it is slow. Not slow. It's dead. eBay is dead. For me, anyway. I can't speak for everybody. I'm not speaking on behalf of all the sellers out there. I'm not speaking on behalf of them. I'm speaking for myself and only for myself. Now, there may be other people out there that may comment on this website, on this video, this YouTube channel, and say, you know, you may be having dead sales, but I'm doing phenomenal. Well, that's good. I wish you all the best. Look, folks, I'm not making these videos to hurt eBay or badmouth them in any way. I know it sounds like that, but it's not. That's not the case. I'm only sharing information that I get. That's why I call it His Initiative, to help, inspire, and share. I share information with you people out there, especially eBay sellers and, well, buyers also, because they're sellers as well. Well, let's say the eBay community. I'm not doing this video to hurt anybody, just making people aware. That's not my intention with this channel. And that's not the intention with the Reseller News. The Reseller News is to bring people, just like it's no different than watching television. The only thing with television news is they cover a little of everything: sports, I don't know about religion, but politics and so on. It seems like that today. That's what's going on a lot. You talk about, you know, you don't hear too much about the religion on TV, but you hear a lot about politics, what's going on. And like I said before, I don't discuss religion or politics on my channel, or profanity. You're not going to see me cursing up a storm here. That's not what I'm all about. Okay? I tell it like it is. I don't sugarcoat anything. I'm not going to make videos and tell people that all the guts and glory and everything else with this, oh, you're doing this here, you're going to eBay, and I tell it like it is. I don't want people to get misled. I've been to a lot of websites on YouTube, and you hear you hear a lot of people talking about all the good things that you could do on eBay. And look, it's true. There are people out there that are viable sellers and are making hopefully a good living off it. But right now, I'm not going to say some apparent reason. I know the reason. I think we all do. That I think the glitches is what's causing a problem with eBay sales. I could be wrong, but I'm only going by what I said, what that teammate told me when it came to the no views. That he said it could affect sales. Now, how it does it, I don't know. When they're updating their view counters, does it take you offline? I would think if you're doing a software integration or upgrade, I would think you would have to take people off, or take that part of the programming part of it aspect down offline to archive it. You know, we used to have a thing in the data center called, we used to perform a nucleus rotation, they call it. And that nucleus rotation was to remove old data and archive the new stuff. Okay? And that was always done in the wee hours of the morning. They did it, they always, every time when we had shifts, we worked 3 12-hour days, 3 on and 4 off. And that was always done by the night shift. You would never do it during the day because you would have that phone ringing off the hook. I remember one time we had a system, we had a problem go down. For those who know anything about mainframe, just to share this story with you really quick. And we had a user, or developer they call them, or developer user, same thing. They were using too much spool on there, like, you know, a lot of data, a lot of storage on our main system. It's called the TSO1 system. And TSO1 stands for, well, TSO system stands for time sharing option. And that was the main system. We worked on a multi-platform system. And what happened was it caused that particular system to crash. And you know, when that crashes, that particular system affected the US and worldwide. When that system went down, phones were ringing off the hook. There was like 37 mainframe people there, whatever it was that day. Well, I don't know at that time there, but there was a total, but there was quite a few on network and mainframe side. And those phones were ringing off the hook when that crashed. So, you know, I'm not saying I'm defending what's going on eBay, but at the same time, being in this line of work for many years in IT, I know that when you're doing software upgrades, listen, it's the same thing. I'll give you just sum it up in a nutshell. You ever get messages if you have Windows operating system, Windows 10? You ever get those messages that they're going to, they're installing updates, and the message will come up and say, do you wish to restart now or later? You could click the button and say, well, no, we'll do it later. Why is that? Why does that update have to log you off or restart, not log you off, restart the system? But you have to bump out. You got to bump out your system, of your computer, so the new changes could come in. Okay. Now, in some cases, when new software updates are being integrated, they're going to have to take it down at one point. I don't know their data center, how their IT area, department works. I don't know how they do that. Don't forget, eBay, it's a 24-hour deal. You know, when you're sleeping at night, there's people all over. If you sell international there, of course, with different time frames, right? Time zones. People are buying from you. So that could impact eBay's, when they're doing the rollouts of new updates. Maybe they got to shut things down in quadrants, Maybe, okay, we'll shut down Europe today for an hour or two. We'll update it and then, put the new rollouts in there. And then when they come up, then we'll go to this part of the country, that part of the country. They're all over the place. So, you got to give a little, leadway to them and say, hey, okay, you know what? That's a possibility. As much as people bash eBay, or there are people out there that do bash it, believe me. I I'm very, but I think I'm very casual in my comments. What I say as far as that, I think I'm pretty lax in that respect. But there are people out there that say things, really nasty things. But at the same time, rather than being nasty, you got to put yourself in that company's situation too. You know, so I mean, there's, like I said, there's a cause and effect for everything. The only thing eBay should do, if anyone is that works at eBay, or if somebody is from eBay following me or watching me, which I doubt very much, maybe they couldn't follow me, but they do. It'd be nice if you guys could send a global message out, not global, well, yeah, global too, broadcast message, whatever, and shoot it off to all the buyers worldwide, U.S. and Europe, and international. We used to do that. All it takes is a couple little keystrokes, put your title in there, and you hit that button, and it goes worldwide. We used to do it all the time. That's all I'm saying. Give everybody a heads up, make people aware what's going on, and be upfront and honest. Be upfront and honest. If these glitches or these software updates are causing any problems where people are getting slow sales or may impact sales, tell people. Tell people, folks. That's all we're asking at eBay. Tell people. Let people know. Why do we got to second guess? Why do we got to hear it through the grapevine, so to speak? That's all I'm saying. That's all I would like to get out of the whole thing. And, like I said earlier, the right thing to do, I don't know if it's going to happen, but for this month of June, because the sales have been so dead, to be honest with you, I didn't even think I made enough to pay the fees. They're not being serious. And that's scary. And that's bad. You ain't making enough money to pay your insertion fees? That's very bad, folks. Seriously, that's not good at all, believe me. And I'm not, people say, oh, you're just saying that there because you want to indirectly, I'm not, listen, we put stuff out there amongst all the other sellers out there putting the same merchandise. If we make sales, we make sales. We don't. The competition's out there, folks. It's out there. And there's nothing we can do about it. But the only thing is, my take on it is to build a brand, treat your customers right, make them number one your priority. I'm sure you all do anyway. Offer services, good service. I don't know how much stuff you could offer. I mean, I don't know what else to do. I'm following all of eBay's recommendations, and I'm trying to abide by them, what they're telling you. And it's not helping. It's not helping, folks. I mean, I don't know. Somebody said the best way to do it, like if you're going to do something with a business, is try to come up with your own brand. Your own thing. If you're like an inventor or something, maybe you can invent something that somebody else can't take. But then again, even with that, with the patents and stuff, I was reading about patents and stuff. It wouldn't be long before someone took your idea and tweaked it a little. Because that's what I heard. If you did invent something that somebody could copy that there, and all they could do is tweak it a little, and they could use your idea. It's hard to take a dominant stance, especially when you're like a big company like Amazon. Now, did you hear the latest, folks? They want to help people start their own delivery business. I think it's for $10,000. You lease out the vehicle. I think it's blue. They supply with the uniforms, and then they tell you, oh, if you have a fleet of so many vehicles, you could potential to make $300,000 a year. I thought I heard a fleet. Now, if you're a small-time guy and you got only limited resources, $10,000, that's the lease, and I don't know what else comes with that there. I mean, I don't know how that part works, but I didn't bother venturing into it because I said to myself, I'm not interested right now. Before I take $10,000 invested in Amazon, I would rather take that $10,000 invested in my own business and do my own thing with it. Now people say, well, you got to invest money to make money, right? But at the same token, if you're not making enough money off of one site I can't see exploring different avenues like that as far as that part goes with them, make a big investment like that. To me, $10,000 is a big investment. To some people, it's a spit in the bucket, you know. For me, it is. And especially me, I'm the frugal entrepreneur, as people know. I do things, I've shared on my videos, ways to cut and save money, to cut costs. I mean, look at some of my videos if you got a chance. I'm not telling you look at all of them, but look at some of them. Look at some of the videos. I show you how to save money. I utilize everything, even scrap paper. When I cut out my what do you call it, the invoices and stuff like that, I take the scraps, I throw in my shred bin, and then with the shred bin, I use that for packing material. Everything is utilized, even strips of cardboard. When I'm making, I make custom boxes. If you buy stuff from me, folks, you will notice that box, and it depends on the item. Sometimes I get the ready-made boxes. I could just pack in there and ship it. But if you see boxes, like if you're ordering something that's a little oddball shape, that's a custom box coming from me. And when I make the custom box, the excess I have left over, I have a heavy-duty shredder. Some cases I use them. I'll make Franken boxes. They call them Franken boxes. You ever hear that term? You take one box and you tape it up and you make one. You take different parts of the box and you make one box. You tape it up. Hey, listen. You know, I look at it. People say, "You bet it's unprofessional. But you shouldn't do things like that." I'm not concerned about how professional it looks. My concern is it getting to you as the buyer in one piece and not in pieces? That's what I'm concerned about. No matter how the box looks, I'm not saying I get a box that's dirty off the street, whatever. But I'm talking about brand new boxes where I custom make them, and sometimes you might have to add another piece of it to make a complete box. What difference does it make? It's getting to you in one piece, right? Did it get to you in one piece? Yes? Okay, well then there's no complaint then. Simple as all that. There's no complaint. There should be no complaint to it. Anyway, folks, I think I went on, rambling on. I just want to share information with you guys. Tell me what you think. If you like this video, please share, comment, and like. If you get anything out of these videos I produce, please subscribe and give them a thumbs up. I will drop the links below to my listings on eBay. And for everybody out there that's experiencing the same scenario, slow sales, I wish us all the best. I hope eBay will rectify this problem, get it fixed, and we can move on. But I'll be honest with you, folks. With everything going on with eBay, I feel bad for the company right now. You know, reading about the layoffs and these glitches, it paints a bleak picture in some people's minds, thinking like, what's the future? I don't know what the future is for me as far as on my own personal take on it. If there's going to be a future with eBay, I don't know. For me I'm talking. I don't know. I didn't really venture into other websites as far as like selling platforms. My stuff is, however, on Bonanza, and like I said again, Bonanza is nothing to write home about. You do get some exposure, but very little sales. I didn't check into the other ones. I think what's going to happen is a lot of people that are sellers on eBay will start diverting their merchandise, or maybe taking some stuff off, because I even think that's the same thing, taking some stuff off of eBay and moving it to other locations, you know. Somebody said one last thing on this here, and then I really do want to close it out. Because you know, it comes to me as I go along. People are thinking that eBay is throttling the sales back on the small eBay sellers. Like, in other words, I'm not a big time seller. I don't make a lot of money off off eBay or for eBay. And somebody said they think that I'm not going to mention names, but they think they're throttling the sales back. And you know what? I kind of like have a little. You know, I kind of like, I'm a little agreeable, but I am agreeable with that in some cases, because I could see something like that happening. It's like almost the same format. If you had a sales drive, I never had one, and if you don't make sales, you know your quotas. In some cases, they let you go. That's why if you look in jobs, if you look at the job market, in some cases, you'll see a lot of jobs in sales. Sales is a very tough business. I mean, I don't care what anybody tells you. I mean, people can sit there and say, "Oh, I'm a salesman. I've been selling for 25 years." Right. You may have been. You may be a good salesman. You may have what it takes. I think it takes a certain person to be a salesperson. Really, you got to have that, that way about you. You got to have that convincing way to make that sale and talking and striving and trying to get your point across. And you know, when you go into that room with those people and you put your sales pitch there, you got to have that persona when you come off and say, hey, you know, this is what we do, this, that, the other thing, and you know, if you buy our product, you'll never regret it. You know, you'll find your company's sales will boost. So it takes a certain person. Me, I couldn't be a salesperson. Although this is sales, right? eBay is sales. It's all based on sales. But we're not going door to door, is what I'm saying. I couldn't do that. I couldn't go into a big corporation and you know and give sales pitches. I couldn't, because I'm not that type of person. It takes a certain person with a certain persona to do that. But and I think that's what's happening with eBay. Just in relation to that, I think like they probably have something in their algorithm where they probably get statistics, or like they say, data will indicate who's the top sellers and who's the low to intermediate sellers. You know what I'm saying? I do believe that could happen. Now you might say, okay, so let's say that is the case. Again, this is all just hearsay. How would that affect it? How would that work? Well, the way I look at it is, if you're a person that's making X amount of thousands of dollars a month, you know, you're going to probably be higher up on a food chain there, so to speak, right? You'll be stacked up there. You'll probably get more visibility. You'll become more higher in search because you are, quote unquote, making money for eBay, right? Where a little guy like myself, a small small one-man band here, trying to make sales, what do I make? What can I make in sales for the month, for the year? You know, I mean, what I make in a month and a year or whatever, it varies. You know, what I put down for this year's for what I made last year for the tax time, it was nothing to write home about. Plain and simple. It's not what you made. If you're not making what you made on your last job, it's not really a great income. So, you know, as far as that person saying that, you know, they think that I believe there's some validity in that. I wouldn't be surprised. You know, nothing would surprise me. But then again, that's just me, folks. Like I said again, this time I am closing out the reseller news. My name is Rjpasini. Today is June 29th, 2018. Please share your thoughts, your comments, and likes. If you did get anything out of this video, if it was helpful in any way, please let us know what you think. I'm curious to hear what you have to say. Have a great day, folks. Have a great weekend. Stay positive. Until the next time, talk to you then.